very honored and pleased to introduce to you our new president of the Pawnee Nation. And so at this time, we'll hear from our new leader. Thank you.
Thank you for all of you and sharing in this special day. Well, I really have dry mouth right now. And thank you to Mr. Eckelhoff. Always does well in all the things that the tribe asks him to do. And always a very gifted speaker, a very gifted leader, for our people. And appreciate the things that you shared today. The truths that gave to all of us. So thank you for that. I want to also thank the Business Council that is here. Appreciate you all here and things. I'm looking forward to working with each one of you and all of the council, some that were sick, not able to be here, and just appreciate them. At this time, I want to make some acknowledgments before I share some words. I want to thank my brother Pat over here, and the singers and relatives here. And thank you for the songs. And I thank the Pawnee Indian veterans for what you've done today and honoring us by carrying the flags. I want to thank the Pawnee Tribal Court and Pawnee Nation Chief Judge Diane Baker Harrell for being here and our court system. I want to thank Sarah Yamas Howell and Sky Seeing Leading Bucks for their beautiful portrayal and for giving us the Lord's Prayer this morning. I want to thank you. I want to thank the Pawnee Nation Property Department for getting things around, the Pawnee Tribal Development Corporation for helping today, and we're going to be enjoying some refreshments later. And I want to thank you, the people, for all the support and for being here, and for everyone. Want to say thank you for that, and everyone who had a help in the planning and setup for this inauguration. That includes our staff, Cindy and Amber and Robin and all the others, and really, Cindy's the one that runs the nation. Nobody knows that, but we know that. She keeps us all in line and helps us to look good. So really appreciate her and her staff, and want to thank them. And there's some special acknowledgments. I just want to remember Ned Williams. He's our superintendent of schools, who has always been helpful to me, supportive of me all through my years since graduating high school. I've been a good friend. Elizabeth Blackout, still remember her and her family and the wise things that she shared with me. Marshall Gover, Linda Justice weren't able to be here today, and many others that helped in me being able to be here today. I just want to share those acknowledgments. I was thinking about today, and we all have dreams in our life. Even as young children, we had dreams. We had things that we maybe wanted to be when we were young. Saying, I want to be this, I want to be that. You have dreams, and maybe in your life you've been able to plan for your dreams. And hopefully that's come to fruition for you to be able to not only have a dream, but have it fulfilled in your life and things. And I would say this: as a young boy, as a teenager, things like that. I never dreamed that I would be here today in this capacity. I've worked a lot of jobs. I've done a lot of things in my life, and been a lot of places and things. But I never said when I was young, oh, I want to be the Pawnee Business Council, president. I never said that. And yet here today, I'm here, and I want to acknowledge Creator God, Matthias, for His many blessings, for His help in my life, for the things that He has given me, blessed me with a wonderful wife and a wonderful family, and all of my family here and things, and God has blessed me in that way. So many times I'm undeserving of His blessings and His goodness, but God is good that way to not only myself but to each one of Him. Each one of you. And so I want to acknowledge our Creator for that. I was thinking about the things that I've done, and it made me remember the first job that I had. The first job that I had, I believe I was about 14 years old, and my sister Melanie, who's went on to be with the Lord, but my sister and I, we were custodians. We were the cleanup people for a dental office in Hoopal, California. My mom worked there at the office, and they needed somebody to clean up, and so my sister and I applied, and somehow we got it. We got that position. And so every night, Monday through Friday, we would go over there, and we would clean up and keep that clean and that place. And I remember one night we went into that office, and we were cleaning, and she had her part, and I had my part, and I was just cleaning. And my sister was back there, and they used to have a radio station, a radio there, and it had loudspeakers to all the offices. And so we would turn it on, and we would turn it to a station, and they would play that music. And so she was back there, and my sister always liked to sing, so she was back there, and I could hear her sing as she was doing the singing, as she was doing her cleaning and things. And after a while, she was really, really into that song. And I don't know if you remember that song, some of you my age, that the DeFranco song. Heartbeat, it's a love beat. And when we'll meet, it's a good sensation. Well, my sister was singing that song because it was on the radio. And she was getting louder and louder and louder. And I could hear her, and she was really, the heartbeat, it's a love beat. And she was really going. And I said, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening with her? So I went back there, and I said, looked at my sister Melanie, and I said, Melanie, what are you doing? She was, oh Bruce, I just want to tell you that I just love you. I love you. You're my brother. I love you. She came over, she hugged me. She was really hugging me, and she was really talking fast and all of that. And I heard a and I was in that room with her, and after a while I started feeling pretty good myself. I was feeling really happy. Oh, Melanie, I love you too. Sharing a lot of love in there. What had happened was that someone had broken into that office and had turned that laughing gas on. And I guess they left it on. When we came in, they went out, but they left it on. And so we had a good sensation. I was thinking about that this morning. Good memories like that and things. And that's what God gives us. He gives us the opportunity to make good memories. And that's what I want for the Pawnee Nation, for the Pawnee Business Council, for this council to do great and mighty things, to take us to places where we've never been before, and to have our people to be blessed in such a great and mighty way. That's my desire for our nation and for our business council. I believe we can get there. I believe that we have the people, we have the resources, we have the knowledge, we have the expertise to take us to a place where we've never been before as a people, as a government. I want to say today that I believe in the Constitution of the Pawnee Nation, and I will uphold it as I place my hand upon that Bible and gave that oath. It is what it is. It's what we have, and it's our governing documents. It's what we abide by. And yes, maybe there's some things that need to be changed in it, but what we have right now, that's the law. And I will uphold the law, the Constitution of the Pawnee Nation. I hope that our council and hopefully through my leadership that we will develop and enhance our infrastructure of our grounds here, of our buildings, of our resources. You know, we're looking to upgrade our water system and make sure hopefully that we won't ever run into a drought again and have that water situation again. We're working on that through the leadership of Adrian Spotted Horse Chief and bringing this to our council. You know, we're looking to get a aquatics pool, you know, to help us with the exercise and to be a blessing to our people. And you know, we've always talked about the boys' dorm and the superintendent's house, that, oh, if we just had the money, we could fix it up, and oh, how beautiful they would be. I hope that we can make it more than a dream, that we can make it a reality. I have continued support for our elders, our youth, and our children. They're all important. They're all here, and we need to listen to our elders. But we also need to listen to our youth and children. And you might say, well, they don't say anything. Well, yes, they do. They say things by their actions or maybe by their inactions and things. I hope that we can provide opportunity for them to hopefully to stay out of trouble and to stay on a good path, an educated path. I hope for those things for our youth and children. You know, I've always been a strong supporter of our public school system. And I hope that our nation will continue to partner with our public school system here in Pawnee, because they're the ones that are educating our children. And we have other plans as a nation about education and things we're looking into, but right now it's still the ones that you know, give the diplomas to our kids. They're the ones that teach them the ABCs and the math and the algebra and the social studies, and you know, we follow the ball teams and all of those things. So I want to continue to support our public school system and all the school systems in our area and try to help them as best we can. You know, we've been talking about about an agricultural program for the tribe, for the nation, to utilize our land base and and the land that you have to be able to use the resources that are there, and you know, pecans and livestock and you know, produce and all of these things. I hope that we can really get going on that, our agricultural program. There's many other things, and I know that things that you have close to your heart and in your mind about what you would like to see happen with the nation. I've always said that my door is open. And folks, my door is open. And I know that these others here on the council, their door is always open to listen to you, the ideas that you may have. Let's see what we can do. To see what we can accomplish, where we can go. You know, these things take money, don't they? Everything takes money. And so I'm going to say this. I support our TDC. I support the business enterprise that we have created. They have their governing documents themselves. I support them. I also support the separation between the Tribal Development Corporation and the Pawnee Business Council. We have a board there. We select the board. Let's let the board be the board. Let them give direction, and we just help where we can. So I believe in that separation. Let them do what they're supposed to do. Well, what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to make us money. Amen? Let them make us money. The more they can, the better it is. That's the thing. And so I support that. I support our people. I support our people. You know, there's been some things said about being full-blood Pawnee. And so, well, full-blood Pawnee and things and all of that. And maybe you're here and you're full-blood Pawnee. Well, that's great. That's great. However, and let me say this, that on my CDIB it says 4-horse Pawnee on my card. We're all Pawnees. We all have a voice. We have a constitution. And we have a right. And one of those rights is the right to vote, whether you live here in Pawnee or you live somewhere else. I will uphold that and be supportive of that. I believe and I support our culture, who we are, our ways, our dances, our traditions, our ceremonies, all of those things. It's where we've come from. It's what we have. It's what Atias has given us. It's what makes us Pawnee, our ways. And folks, we have good ways. We have wonderful, great ways. How we do things. We do things the way that we do them because that's the way that we do them. And so, I don't make no sense. Well, that's the way that it is. And I thank the Lord for the ways that He has given us. I pledge my support to work with the Pawnee Business Council to help in any divisions that there might be and try to find a good way in all things. Good way in all situations that come up, all the things that come before the Business Council. We're all Pawnees. We need to be good to one another, especially at council meetings. We need to conduct ourselves in a professional, respectful, business way. No matter whether that person agrees with you or not. To be kind and to show love to one another. That's just not the Pawnee way. That's God's way. That's Atias' way. I will not micromanage our staff. You know, we have, I believe, great directors. We have a great staff assembled. That staff goes down and, it goes down to our employees. And I've always said this, and I still believe it, and I will stand to it. I will not micromanage. We've got our ED, and then we've got the others under the ED, and then they got the directors, and then they got the employees. We'll not micromanage. We'll allow our directors to direct, and our employees to be the best employees that they can be. Because their work and their effort blesses you. Blesses you. And so I want to be supportive of our employees. You know, my dad there, that Bible that he has, that's my mom's Bible. Henrietta. Maybe you knew her as Hanky. That was her Bible. And I would say this, that my mom would be proud. My mom was a beautiful woman, and she was a proud woman. She was proud to be good fox. She was proud of her family and proud of her husband. My mom carried a lot of pride. She was proud of her sisters and her brother, former president. Uncle Junior here on the Business Council. I remember many times when my Aunt Wanda, my Aunt Rena, Aunt Flo, Aunt V, and at times Aunt Betty, they would all get together and they would talk about things, talk about family, talk about things. And they even talked about politics. That's the first time I really heard about Pawnee politics. They had unwavering support for my Uncle Junior when he was president of the Business Council. You know, back then I was younger and didn't understand a lot of things, didn't know a lot of things. Maybe I still don't. But I remember listening, and that was the start of hearing the interest and the business of the nation. I say that because my father, who was president of the Business Council, my father never brought business home. He never discussed the doings and goings-ons of the Business Council in our house. Never heard those things from him. And I appreciate that. When he come through the door, he would just stand. You know, I hope to do that. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard. But I hope that I can be a father and a leader like that, not only to this nation, but to my family. Dad never brought anything home. I always going to have to remember that. Try to live by that. I would say this about being a leader. You know, being a leader doesn't mean you're one who dictates. Being a leader doesn't mean that you know everything and you see everything and you got to respond to everything. Being a leader doesn't mean that it's your way or the highway. That's not what a leader's about. A leader, it's about finding the best way. The best way as a group in trying to bring things together for the betterment of the nation. Being a leader, Pawnee way is this, is to be a servant. That came from way back. Our leaders would serve the people, make sure that their needs were met first, make sure that the elders were taken care of, the young folks were taken care of, make sure that things were all in order, make sure that the people, that they could see that leader as one who cared for them, and in caring for them would help them. That's the Pawnee way. My uppa, Lawrence Goodfox, my grandpa, Adam Pratt, my own father, my brother, the head chief, all of them, I've watched them, I've listened to them. They have shown me a good way to be, a good way to lead. I hope to be that. You know, but it goes farther back than that. Farther back than even our Pawnee ways. It's God's way. To be good to one another. To think of others before yourself. Those are the way that Atias has given us. We are Jadiks, the men of men, That's who we are. Pawnee. We're Pawnee. Who we are. Let's all stand together. Let's all pray for healing to come. Let's all work together to find that best way, that good path. I said at the beginning, I never dreamed that I would be here. But God always knew. Just like in your life, God has always known. There is not an instance, there's not a day, there's not a circumstance, there's not anything that has ever happened to you in your life that God hasn't already seen and that God was there with you. Right or wrong, He's always been there with you. In closing, I would like to share this. Two of my favorite verses in the Bible. Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for good to them who love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose.
Yeah.
And then probably the greatest verse in the Bible, or at least one of the most well-known, John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world, that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever would believe in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. May Atias bless these United States. May Atias bless you. May Atias bless your families. And may Atias bless the Pawnee Nation.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you.